Hey, this is Kellie Raspberry.
And Alan Evans.
And we are A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. That's the name of our podcast. Isn't it cute?
Very cute.
I like it.
I came up with it.
Well, that's still debatable. I think I came up with it.
That's a topic of the podcast.
But basically, if you're wondering what that means, basically a way to keep your man happy is just give him some sandwiches and lovin', right?
Very simple creatures we are.
I think what would be fun, Alan, for future shows, is we should give our favorite sandwich recipes. What do you think?
Yes. I love sandwiches, and I like a lot of different kinds.
Awesome. Okay, maybe that'll be on a different podcast. But you know what I'd like to do today?
What's that?
I'd like to take some phone calls. I know on our very first podcast we did that, and I would like to just talk to some more listeners because everybody was so sweet the first time. I want to try it again.
Very sweet. Good questions.
Yeah.
And, some of them even helped us.
That's exactly right. So let's try it again. We're going to take your phone calls on A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. So let's go to the phones. Hey, Lisa.
Hi.
Hi, Lisa.
Nice to talk to y'all.
You too.
Hi.
Thanks for calling.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm from South Carolina too, Kelly. I just wanted to say.
What city?
Bluffton. It's right outside of Hilton Head.
Yeah, I know Bluffton. I've been to Hilton Head.
Yep. So we have a blended family. Most of my kids are grown, and we have two kids. We basically had a yours, mine, and ours situation, which we had 5 kids when we got married, and then we adopted 2 more kids.
Wow.
And so
Wow.
the two younger kids are still at home. They're 15 and 13, but we pretty much have got an empty house now. So my question to y'all was, what are your plans for, like, disciplining each other's kids, or how you planning on blending the family where, because I think our biggest problems came from, kids, and not that the kids were the problem, but, dealing with each other's kids, having one set of rules in the house. And we had, like, his kids would be there only on the weekends. And so, it was different. And I was just wondering what y'all's plans are where that's concerned.
I would say that's a great question. I would say on that, the way I've looked at this is, I have 3 kids, and Kellie, of course, has Emma Kellie. And
Right.
I just look at all 4 of the children, or I'm starting to kind of look at them more as just our children. Now, that being said, Kellie is probably the chief disciplinarian for Emma Kellie, and I am probably the chief disciplinarian for my 3. But one thing that I think we're doing really well, and this is all, trial by fire, is I think one thing we're doing really well is we're backing each other's positions up. So we don't contradict each other.
Not in front of the children.
Not in front of the children, right. So
Now, behind the scenes.
yeah, we may have some discussion about what the best way to do a certain thing is. But for the most part, I think we have each other's back. And I think if the children see that the new couple here has kind of a unified front, to me, that's what's most important.
Yeah, and it is going to be a bit of we've had a couple of incidents just happen recently. It's like, they're still not my children. They're not. I can't yell at his children like I can yell at mine.
Yeah, and vice versa.
Exactly.
And right. But like last night, for instance, and I told Emma Kellie to do something. She didn't do it. I told her again. She just really ignores me. And so Alan finally said, "Hey, your mother just told you just knock it off. So knock it off," or whatever it was. And she immediately clammed up. She listened to him, won't listen to me. But I told him later, I said, I really appreciated that because, your own kid can run over you. She gets excited. She gets caught up. And with my daughter, what I found, and my mother's even taken blame for this. She said, because this was her example she gave to me. I'll tell my daughter to do something. She won't do it. I'll tell her again. She won't do it. I'll tell her 3, 4 times. Finally, when I'm screaming at her, she does it, but then she's screaming back at me. You're so mean. Why are you being so mean to me? I was like, well, if you'd just done it the first time, even the third time I asked you, it wouldn't be in this situation. But Alan stepped in after I told her twice, and that was the end of the problem.
But I think, too, that's what's tough sometimes about being a single parent. And you've been a single parent a lot longer than I
it was
have.
hard.
Is you don't have,
Anybody
all the time
backing
that
you up.
backup. And that makes it tough. And over time, when you don't have that backup, children, sometimes they'll tune you out, because they're used to hearing just that one voice.
And you also get defensive about your kid. It's like the other night when I told both girls to clean up, and I said, listen, Emma Kellie, if Brooke leaves and that house upstairs is a mess, it's on you. So you two need to get up there. Well, of course, Brooke leaves and it's a disaster zone.
Right.
And, so then I was kind of calling out. I was like, well, Brooke didn't really clean up. And then Alan said, well, did you follow through with what you said you were going to do and not help Emma Kellie? Well, no, I didn't, because I kind of cleaned up Brooke's mess. And it was kind of like, and then you kind of get defensive towards your own kid. That's natural.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
of course.
That's the tough part. And I was going to say about Emma Kelly, the other thing is when they're used to being the other adult, they're basically like the other adult in the house. And so then somebody comes in who's now the other adult. We had that, where we had one of the kids that was much older than all the other kids. We had 4 little kids and 1 older kid. Well, the older one, she was used to, and not because of her fault, but because of that was the responsibility put on her, helping babysit and helping be the other adult, and here comes a woman in that's the other adult. That caused the problem because I'm used to sitting in the front seat and being the other adult, and getting to help make decisions. And now I'm put back into a kid position.
Yeah.
So it's tough. I was thinking, my recommendation would be to have a set of rules, which we did this, but it was kind of like he said, like trial by fire. We did this, but it took us a few years to realize, okay, this is what we should have done from the beginning, which is here are the rules, here are the consequences, and it doesn't matter if you're only here for one day or if you live here. These are the household rules, and so and these are the consequences, and then you don't get the favoritism card played all the time.
Yeah, I love that. And the hardest, and it's my issue, is following through on the threat of the consequence. And that's my thing, is because my daughter knows that the consequences are kind of like a vague term in my house, because sometimes the consequence for her is also a punishment to me. And so I don't always follow through with that. So I'm hoping that Alan helps me to even be a better parent.
I need help as well. I have 3. And the thing that I think has worked for us, too, is our children, they're young. I think every situation's different. But if they were a little bit older, it might be even
different,
more difficult.
Yeah, it is better when they're young, because our younger 4, they feel like brother and sister, because they were, at the time when we got married, they were, I believe, 7, 5, 4, and 3. So they don't even honestly hardly remember not being brother and sister. To them, it just feels like brother and sister. And so we didn't have as much the favoritism with them. I mean, honestly, those 4 didn't play the whole favoritism card, maybe when they got to be teenagers, but it was more by then. They were just used to us being, here's the rules, and we know the rules, and everybody's going to get in trouble at once, pretty much. But yeah, I was just wondering about that because, we went into it kind of blind and not thinking through those things. And my big suggestion would be, you have the rules written out, and these are household rules, and you break them, these are the consequences, and then you don't have to deal on emotion. And
I love that.
No, that's great advice. And I think if I were going to sum it up, I would say it starts with love in the home. All the children are loved the same. And it's that consistency. Are you consistent with the rules, and are you consistent with your follow through on, a consequence if there should be one?
Do you think we should sit down with the kids and all come up with the rules together?
Yeah, and say basically, we're blending 2 families and 2 sets of rules, and basically, so if we write down the rules and we write down the consequences, then you can't say it's unfair, and you wouldn't do that to the other one, because here it is. We wrote it down and we all agreed to it.
Okay. We do it as a family, baby.
That's right, babe.
Thank you. You helped us today.
Well, I just thought that was, I was thinking, I wonder, have they thought this through, because that would have been some advice I would have liked to have.
We kind of have danced around it, but we haven't really sat down and done the whole, these are the family rules, but we should.
Yeah, we definitely should. It's been a lot of OJT,
On the job training.
On the job
I
training.
got that, babe.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah, it's just, if you fly by it like that, then when you say, okay, well, you're grounded for 2 weeks. Well, they just did that 2 weeks ago, and they didn't get grounded.
Right.
And that's what you deal with.
And you want it to be fair and even for everybody.
Right. And then you say, well, here it is. Everybody's going to have the same rules.
And you know what that is? That is South Carolina wisdom right there.
That's right.
Thank you for sharing it.
Way.
That's right. It's a Southern way. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. You guys, congratulations, and have a great life.
Thank you. You
Thanks,
too.
you too.
Okay,
Bye.
Everybody's so nice.
They are.
Who is this on the phone ready to talk to? Kelly and Alan on a sandwich and some lovin'.
Hey, y'all, it's Casey.
Hey, Casey.
Hi, Casey.
So I have never been married and do not have children of my own. However, I am in a relationship with a wonderful guy, and he's got 3 kids, and we get along great. The oldest 2 are off in college, and the youngest is in high school. However, coming to someone who has never been a parent and is beginning to embark on a step-parenthood, what advice would you have for me as a soon-to-be step-parent when you disagree with some parenting?
That's a hard one because how old is that teenager?
Oh, 15.
15. So honestly, you've got about 3 more years maybe, and then that
3 more years this month.
Yeah, she's counting the months.
Wow.
She's counting the months. That is hard because are you, I don't want to give too much away. Are you dealing with is it the ex-wife that's giving problems with discipline, or is it your soon-to-be husband?
No, the ex-wife isn't in the picture.
Okay, so it's really just you and your soon-to-be husband that have to deal with everything.
Right. There are 3 kids, 2 different moms.
Okay.
And the youngest, he has had full custody since she was in kindergarten.
Wow.
So it's just and that's pretty fantastic, right?
Right.
So, and I have so much admiration and respect for him, and he's done everything by himself. Literally everything.
But I bet coming into that situation, that little girl probably was a little bit difficult to win over, right?
Most days are okay. Most days she's just hormonal and 15, and
Yeah.
I don't know how that is because
Yes.
I was such a pure joy at 15.
Right.
I know for a fact. I'm pretty sure my parents were plotting my homicide most of my high school career because I was such a joy. But I think because of being the single parent and having a pretty absentee mom, he's felt, and I have a lot of friends who have unfortunately gone through divorces. And I've seen this, a lot of them, is that they feel that guilt for that.
Yeah.
And so they tend to overindulge things.
Yep.
And that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
And so things that I see are things like she, has never been given like a chore list or any responsibilities. So like he'll come home. We both have really great jobs. We both have jobs that we love. And we both have jobs that are financially rewarding. But on top of that, they're also very demanding.
Yeah.
He'll come home after working 16 hours and the kitchen will be trashed. Her stuff is all over the living room. And she doesn't have the responsibilities of taking care of her own stuff. And
he's not backing you up when you want her to do something.
It hasn't come to that just yet. Although one night I got over there and I tripped over her bag
Oh.
and silently lost it in my head because now on the flip side, she has basically perfect grades. She's super athletic and really talented in many areas of sports. And she stays out of girl drama. So really can't complain. But, she's also pretty much expecting a car when she turns 16, which is in a handful of months. Without that, I said to him, how can she take on the responsibility of driving a vehicle if she can't do her own laundry?
Yeah.
Or put a dish in the dishwasher.
Yeah, and these are life skills she needs to have too. I mean, she needs to know how to do this stuff before you send her off to college.
So she's a good kid, but you're
She's a good kid.
Yeah.
But she just can't seem to.
not responsible. Is that kind of the biggest problem you're having?
She's a slob.
Yeah.
She's a slob, Alan. That's what she's saying.
And she's a sweet kid, and she's never been disrespectful towards me or anything like that. So I really can't complain.
You just want her to clean up after
I
herself.
just had this vision of us merging houses, and after we've both been gone for 14 hours a day, and I come home and my kitchen's trashed, and I like to keep stuff picked up and neat and clean. May not be perfect, but at least not cluttered. And I have a vision of me losing my.
Well, I think that's a good. Now, this is just me, and Alan might have a different take. It's just like you need to have a family meeting, and it's not coming from a place of anger. It's just like you just talking to me and Alan. You said, "Look, your dad, your dad and I are coming home at the end of the day, and we're exhausted, and we just need a little bit of help. And if you can just come at it from a place of love and just ask for." Just ask for help, and not like we're going to give you this chore list and you have to stick to it, but like maybe approaching it in that way and see if you can just get her to be part of the contribution to keeping the house in order. Tell her, I don't care what you do behind the door of your room. It can be a pigsty. That's what my mother finally had to do with me.
My mom was the same way. She goes, I don't care what happens in your room, but don't ruin your furniture.
Yeah.
If it trickles out, it's gone.
Yeah, and so just tell her I just need everybody just to agree we're going to just keep the main living area, the kitchen, and you've got to start helping me out for my own sanity.
Yeah.
Maybe that's an approach?
No, I think that's a smart approach, but I think, she's 15, so until she sees, and 15-year-old girl, I have a almost 13-year-old girl, they can be messy. But
Oh, bless you.
yeah, and I'm not making an excuse for her, but until she sees you guys have this united front on her picking up her things, she's going to keep going the easy route. The easy route is to not pick up your things and do what my dad is always how he's always kind of raised me. So until she sees you two agree on, like Kellie says, with the house rules, I think she's going to keep doing what she's doing.
Yeah, and he's going to be defensive. If you come to your he's going to be defensive of her.
Right. We've had some small discussions about it. And he's like, oh, I know you're right. He goes, yeah, I know I spoil her. Yeah, I know I baby her. And I'm like, so this is going to backfire, and it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, it's just a matter of her having to learn how to do laundry. These are things she needs to know. These are life skills. So maybe if you just tell him in that way. And say, I'm not trying to be, Cinderella's stepmother. I just need some help around the house for both of us.
Not an unreasonable request.
Not at all.
Not at all.
We have your back. And I mean, I just coming from a place of love and just help me out. I need help. And I'm asking you to help me and maybe make it more, instead of a demand, a request maybe. But like I said, just tell her room is hers. She can live in filth if she wants to. It's not, you don't care. I remember I had my stepdaughter live with me one time and I had a maid come in to help me. Every 2 weeks, because when I got
a maid too.
I have a maid every 2 weeks, and the maid came to me one time and she said, I'm not going in that room anymore. My stepdaughter's room was so bad, the maid refused to go in there.
Wow.
But you know what I did? I shut the door and I pretended I didn't know what was going on behind there. It killed me inside. My insides were just sick. But that was
I was raised with a no nonsense mom. And I have that same attitude now, but I have to, at my workplace, I have to have that no nonsense, or, I'll lose everybody, I'll lose my authoritative skills.
Yeah.
If I, don't do that. But, and she had the same point of view. And I distinctly remember, I think I was like in 7th or 8th grade. And I was a dancer. I didn't play sports. I played dance. I was in dance. And I had like my dance bag and my leotards and all the 17 pairs of dance shoes I had and my school books and all my school shoes. And she told me twice to take it back to my room. And of course I didn't, because my Nintendo or whoever boy I was talking to was way more important. And she was like, I'm not going to tell you again. This is all going in the trash. I was like, oh, whatever, lady, you're whatever. And not lying, I came home from dance class and all of my crap was in the front lawn.
There you go. Did it work?
It did.
But see, now if you did that, you'd have to have your husband's support 100%,
Right.
That's right.
Right. Okay, great
well,
advice.
good.
Thanks,
I mean,
guys.
I don't know that we really gave you any advice except just to come from a united front and from a place of love and just you got to help me out.
Yeah, you're both going to be step parents. And and it's a challenging role to be in.
Agreed.
Yeah. Well, I wish. When are you getting married?
We don't have a date. We got to get this oldest one out of college.
Yeah.
2 in college at the same time, it's really expensive.
Yeah, I imagine.
Right. So if we can get one out, and then we can work on, because neither one of our houses is big enough. So.
Oh, okay. So you're still both living separately.
Oh, yes.
Well, there you go. There's another way to keep your house clean.
I don't have a housekeeper. I am the housekeeper because I like things done a certain way.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, gosh. I wish you lived with me because I don't want to do it either.
Yeah, well, it's also my therapy. Bad day at work, I come home and I scrub the tub.
Oh, gosh, you're a dream woman.
Well, that's what he says,
JC's
but,
wife's like that. She's a clean freak. She cleans for therapy.
I'm not a clean freak, more or less, but I do like to keep my bathroom clean and my kitchen clean because that's where bacteria is. But I don't like chaos everywhere because that just triggers my anxiety. Like I don't care if my house is dust free and my floors are scrubbed and perfect, but if there's chaos everywhere, I can't function.
I completely understand. Well, good luck. I hope you have a wonderful life and that you and this teenage girl can work that out.
We will.
I know you will.
Y'all are merging 2 houses, so I wanted some input.
Well, you're coming from a place of love. I can hear it in your voice, so I think it's gonna work out.
It'll be fine.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Congratulations, and
thank you.
good luck on your upcoming wedding.
Thank you so much. Another podcast in the books. How you feeling, Alan?
I'm feeling good. This isn't easy. You make it look easy, but
right,
this isn't easy.
Right? You appreciate what I do now, right?
I appreciate you being a professional broadcaster.
So much for all that. Oh, all you do is talk for a living. Blah, blah, blah. How hard is that?
I have never said that.
No, you haven't. You've always been very sweet. I'm glad I get to do this with you, honey. It's fun.
This is fun.
And we're going to do it again, right?
Let's do it again.
I can't wait to do another Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast. We'll talk to you soon.